Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and our today's topic is area related to circle. So first of all, let's have a deep and basic knowledge regarding to circle. The first we are going to learn about the radius. What does a radius mean? Radius means if this is the edge of the circle, this outer corner, this outer line is called as edge of the circle, as the circle does not have the perimeter. Okay, circle does not have perimeter. This whole edge forms the circle's boundary. Okay, so for radius, suppose OA is our radius. We have drawn our circle as a center O, and taking OA as a radius, we have drawn the circle. This radius is OA. So how we will denote our radius? It is denoted by R. Okay, this is the first term. What is radius? Radius means from the center to the line drawn to the edge of the circle is called as radius. Next term comes in our picture is diameter. Okay, second term is diameter. Now what does a diameter mean? A diameter means from edge to edge connection, a line joining from one edge to the another edge. Okay, so A is at the one edge and the opposite side I have got my B. Okay, so line AB becomes the diameter of the circle. One thing you should know, the diameter is always the double of the radius. That means it is twice of your always radius. So if OA is our radius, the twice of OA will become your diameter. It is denoted by D. Okay, it is denoted by D, and you should know that twice diameter is equal to twice of your radius. Okay, your diameter is equals to twice of your radius. These two terms are clear. We are moving to the next term, which is circumference of the circle. As I earlier said, a circle does not have perimeter. It is having an edge. This from point A, this edge is connected to another point A. Okay, this whole black outline, the edge of the circle, this boundary of the circle is called as circumference of the circle. Okay, so what is the formula for circumference? Its formula is 2 pi r. Now, what is this r? R means your radius. It is 2 and pi. What does this pi mean? Pi values are 22/7 or 3.14. If nothing is given in your question, you can write 22/7. But if in question it is asked to solve the sum by using 3.14, you have to use the pi's value as 3.14. Okay, this is the circumference of the circle. Now comes your area of the circle. Now what does this area means? Area means this whole area is called as area of the circle. This whole section, this whole part is called as area of the circle. Now what is the area of the circle's formula? Its formula is pi r square. What is the area of the formula? Formula for area of the circle? It's pi r square. Now comes the topic which you might think, why there is equilateral triangle for circle. This is circle and this is triangle. Why we are mixing two shapes? But you will know that future you will use triangle in your circles. So that is why you should know the formula for equilateral triangle. What does an equilateral triangle mean? Equilateral triangle means a triangle whose all the three sides are same. That means it is equal. That type of triangles are called as equilateral triangle. The formula for equilateral triangle is √3/4 multiplied by a square. Now what does this a mean? A means your side. So you can also write a equilateral triangle mean √3/4 into side square. Okay, what is this side? Why we are taking this a? Because as our equilateral triangle is having all the three sides same, it's all the value, we can consider it as a. Okay. Next comes your right angle triangle. Now what does a right angle triangle mean? A right angle triangle means a triangle whose one side is a 90 degree. That means one side is having the measure of 90 degree is called as a right angle triangle. Okay. So for right angle triangle, area's formula is half into base into height, or you can say altitude. Now this is my base and this is my height. Okay, its formula is half into base into height. So the terms we learnt over here is radius, which is r, diameter, which is d, circumference means the boundary of a circle, which is equals to 2 pi r, area of a circle, that means the portion which we are given area of a circle is pi r square. Equilateral triangle is 3 by root 3 by 4 into side square or a square, and right angle triangle's formula is half into base into height. Now come the chapter's topic, which is area of a minor sector. Now what does a sector mean? Okay, take center O of a circle. OA and OB is my radius of the circle. Okay. It is forming a angle which is I am denoting it as a theta. Okay. So this area which is formed by my center of the circle and the radius, this yellow shaded area is my area of sector. As its smaller part compared to the another part, and it is small, so it is called as minor sector. Okay, this part is called as minor sector, and this part is will be called as your major sector. This part will be called as your major sector. Okay, understood? Now what does this mean? So area of minor sector means what we are using, a area formed using your radius of the circle and the arc of the circle. Its formula is, this area is denoted by pi, this center angle is denoted by, so how you will form the formula? This is where the whole circle's angle will be called as 360. So divided by 360. Now what is the area of a circle? It's pi r square. So thus its formula is formed. The area of minor sector equals to pi r square theta upon 360. How does it form? We need to know this angle. Okay, so we have written here pi. Now the whole angle of a circle gives us 360. So divide your angle with 360 times the whole area of a circle. What does the area of a circle mean? It's pi r squared. So the area of minor sector is equals to pi r square theta upon 360. Okay. Now it comes, now if we comes over here, next is area of major sector. Now what does it come? Area of major sector. How will you find the area of major sector? Okay, now I need to know this part of my angle. Okay, so if this is my theta, I can consider it as 360 minus theta. Yes, I can. This is my 360 minus theta. How so? Because the whole angle over here will be given as 360. So, the lower area O angle AOB will be given as pi. Then the other rest of the area can be considered as 360 minus pi. So, how can you form the formula for major sector? So, it is, first of all, write 360 minus pi, the angle which you need to know. Then write 360, that means the whole angle of a circle, times pi r square, that means your area of a circle. Okay, its formula is pi r square. Now, how can you other way you can find it out, or how can you do it? So, first of all, find this theta and then you can find the area of major sector. This part is called as major sector. This smaller part is called as minor sector. Okay. Moving on to next, which is length of the arc for minor sector. Now, it is asked is length of minor arc. This is called as minor arc. Suppose we are taking a point C. Okay, this point C. If I want to know the area of minor arc, which is my arc ACB. If I want to know the area of ACB, how can we know? So, its formula is pi r theta upon 180. How did I got this pi r theta upon 180? So, first of all, it lies in my minor sector. So, I will write my theta. Then, the whole angle for the circle is 360. So, I will write it down by 360. And then this is on the boundary. That means my circumference is used. So, I will write my circumference formula, which is 2 pi r. Now cancel this out. 2 ones are, and it's 2 ones are 2, and it's 180. So this way I got my formula pi r theta upon 180. Okay, so if anybody asks you that find the area of the arc ACB, how can you do so? It's simple. Just take your this middle arc, which values is pi, and divide it by your whole angle, which is 360, times your area or circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. Okay. Next comes the length of the arc for major sector. Okay. Now, if I want to find out this, the major arc, that means if I am taking this is called as my major arc and my point somewhat D. Take it as D. If I want to find out my area of angle arc ADB, how can I find it so? So as I know that my angle over here is 360 minus theta, so I will write 360 minus theta upon 360 times, again, this is on my boundary. Boundary means your circumference will be used. That means 2 pi r. Now cancel this out. So you will get 360 minus pi times pi r. Okay, upon 180. This way you can find out the length of the arc on the major sector. Clear? First we learned about the minor sector, major sector, length of the arc on minor sector and length of the arc on the major sector. This was the part formed by the radius. Now we are coming on to the next part of the circle, in which the first you need to know what does a segment means. Segment means the area formed by the chord of the circle. That means this is my chord. Okay, in this case my chord is used. Chord AB is used. Okay. So the area I am highlighting over here with the help of this yellow, this is my area of segment. This part is called as my segmented area. Okay, this part is my segmented area. This part is called as minor segment. Why it's called as minor? Because it's the smallest part, so it is called as minor segment. What does this part will be called as? This whole part is the major part of my circle. That means it will be called as my major segment. Okay, so it should be clear that sector is formed by the radius of the circle and segment is formed by the chord of the circle with radius. Okay, this is my chord of the circle. Okay, there is a difference. Sector is formed with the radius, segment is formed with the help of the chord of the circle. Moving on, if I want to find the area of this minor segment, how can we find it so? So let's take into consideration this whole area which I have highlighted over here. Okay. Now, I need to cut out. If I want to know this yellow part, I need to remove this blue part as well. This blue part, I don't want this blue part. So how can I do so? As you can see over here, in the highlighted part, my blue part plus yellow part, that means my triangle part with my segment part forms an area which is related to sector which we have seen earlier. So this area formed over here is the area of minor sector. Okay, so how can I find my formula for the segment? So let's take for area of minor segment, you can write it out. Area of minor sector minus I did not want this blue part, so I can write area of a triangle. Okay, area of a triangle. Clearly understood. What does a segment mean? Segment means this yellow part which is formed by the summation of the arc and the chord. I want only this part. So how can I find it so? So if I subtract my minor sector from area of triangle, I will get my minor sector segment. So for again, we have earlier studied what is our minor sectors formula. It's pi r square theta upon 360 minus area of triangle. So if it is equilateral triangle, you can write the formula √3/4 into a square. Or if it's a right angle triangle. That means if your angle forming over here is 90 degree, if it's a right angle triangle, you can write the formula for triangle half into base into height. Understood? For finding out minor segments, your formula is minor sector minus area of triangle. Okay. Now, we are coming on to our next part, which is our major segment. Now, I want to know the major segment of this part, this purple shaded area. Okay, this purple area, I want to know this purple area. Okay, so how can we find it? So as we studied earlier, this whole major part can be considered as 360 minus pi. Okay, if this is my pi, this whole part can be considered as 360 minus pi. Yes, so how can I write the formula? So its formula will be 360 minus pi. Okay, this is my angle for the major segment. Okay, now the whole area for major segment, you can see over here, the largest part of it is a circle. So for finding out the major segment, you can write it down that area of circle minus, if I want to know this purple area, if I minusing, if I'm subtracting my area of circle with minor segment, what is my minor segment? So my minor segment is pi r theta upon 360 minus area of triangle. Okay, then just you need to write the formula area of circle minus minor segment. Okay, so you will get your answer for the major segment. What is the area of a circle? Area of circle is pi r square minus minor segments formula you are given. So you can clearly find out the area of major segment. Okay, for more you can join again, and hope you enjoyed and got a useful and a beneficial knowledge through it. Thank you so much for joining. See you again.